Welcome to Ai Headlines. I'm Jennifer Tan. Thank you for joining us. In today's headlines, Tzu Chi, Philippines hosts an aid distribution in Dreamland Village outside Manila for 243 families. From our series of reports on Qixingtan Scenic Area in Hualien, we learn about the coastline's unique geology and why it's considered one of the most beautiful sites of Taiwan. As 2009 draws to a close, Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines hurried over to the impoverished community of Dreamland, about 40 miles southeast of the capital, Manila, with relief supplies. Together with 45 newly qualified local volunteers from Marikina City who were hit by Typhoon Katana, they handed out 10 kilograms of rice, blankets, clothes, noodles, cocoa powder, and cookies to 243 families.
Performing Tzu Chi's signature One Family in Filipino, newly qualified Tzu Chi volunteers from Marikina City arrived in Dreamland Luzon in Rosario.
Thank you po.
Dreamland's residents reciprocate by performing their own Tzu Chi song. They learned this tune a year ago and performed it to the mark without rehearsals. Built along the shore of Manila Bay, the impoverished community about 40 miles southwest of the capital is built on top of a refuse heap. Tzu Chi has been helping the village since 2007, and this time brought plenty of food and supplies for 243 families, so they can enjoy the new year. 45 newly qualified local volunteers hand out the relief supplies with the same Tzu Chi reverence.
Though we have just experienced a disaster, I can tell they are worse off than us. Even when we're flooded, they need Tzu Chi's help more than us.
Some Marikina residents took the day off just to experience the joy of contribution.
I really look forward to being a volunteer. I actually should be working today, but I took the day off just so I can participate. Being a volunteer is my way of repaying Tzu Chi.
Dreamland's residents also made local desserts to share with the volunteers.
We humbly present you with our desserts. Please accept them.
Thank you so much. It's still warm and wow, so heavy.
The exchange of love from the heart needs no words. The smiles on everyone's faces say it all, making this a moment to remember.
Before the turn of year, Tzu Chi volunteers in Bolivia paid another visit to bone cancer sufferer Marbury Morera to give him more encouragement. Caregivers also went to the Ramar Girls' Home, a shelter with poor facilities that lacked sufficient funding. Fortunately, for the past 3 years, Tzu Chi has been improving the girls' lives by regularly supplying them with food and daily necessities. In October 2008, as a token of love for the orphans, Tzu Chi donated a piece of land to the shelter, on which a new home may be built for the children.
The children are thrilled to receive these photographs taken by Tzu Chi volunteers. Youngsters at Rima Girls' Home may have no family, but they do have Tzu Chi's aunties and uncles who are here with gifts for the new year. The presents include a pair of perfectly fitting shoes, along with clothes, toys, candies, and cookies.
I want to thank Tzu Chi for all these presents and the love they have given to us.
The year 2007 held the beginning of a strong relationship between Tzu Chi and Rima. Every month since, volunteers have brought food, daily essentials, and emotional support to the children who live here. Recently, bone cancer sufferer Marbury Morera had his left leg amputated. Steadily recovering from the surgery, he receives volunteers and thanks them.
My thanks to Tzu Chi for giving me so much help.
The young cancer patient fights the pain and discomfort, backed by the love and faith from his family and volunteer friends.
Next, another story about dealing with illness. Hu Kehan is an ethnic Chinese man from Malaysia. He came to Taiwan 13 years ago and has been looking after himself all these years. Unfortunately, he got into financial trouble when he fell ill 2 years ago. Tzu Chi volunteers in Taichung came to his aid and have become like his family. When he returns home next month, volunteers in Malaysia will take over and continue to care for him.
Hearing that Tzu Chi volunteers are visiting again, the frail and sick Hu Kehan insisted on getting downstairs from his bedroom to greet them personally. Since September, Tzu Chi's auntie volunteers have been coming for regular visits. They've brought him some restorative foods, each a warm reminder of Taiwanese hospitality.
This tastes pretty good. I give it a full score.
Hu Kehan is an ethnic Chinese from Malaysia. He came to Taiwan 13 years ago to study and work. Unfortunately, he contracted a form of autoimmune disease 2 years ago. His ex-boss and friend, Sun Manxiang, has been caring for him, but a recent business failure forced Sun to seek Tzu Chi's help.
The master said, everyone in the world is like our family. When family is in trouble, we need to come to their aid.
The volunteers brought Hu emergency cash relief and have been caring for him as if he were the volunteer's own son. Hu's visa long ago expired, so next month he'll be forced to return to Malaysia. The volunteers assured him Tzu Chi will always be there.
He's worried that there will be no one to help him when he returns. I assured him the overseas volunteers do just as good a job, if not better, so there's nothing to worry about. Tzu Chi's relay of love will help him through.
Hu Kehan and Sun Manxiang are very grateful for Tzu Chi's aid. Both said they will pay the love forward.
We know all about doing good deeds and saying good things, but we never practiced them in the past. Now, though, I will do it and pass the love forward.
I hope to get better soon to join Tzu Chi. I can teach you how to bake cakes and make Malaysian dishes. I will send some of my cakes to you.
Hu Kehan has relied on himself for the past 13 years, but now he is part of the greater Tzu Chi family, comforted by the great love that will never leave him behind.
Our next story comes from Malaysia, where we introduce you to 53-year-old Li Xiujuan. She once worked as a singer in bars and clubs, but then fell on hard times. Her marriage broke up, and she was left to bring up 2 children by herself. To feed her family, Li Xiujuan resorted to collecting leftover food from market stalls. She had been eating scraps and living in a junk-filled home for 8 years before Tzu Chi volunteers came to try and turn her life around.
都是你来的啊！我帮你从coffee house 啊，卡拉 OK 啊。好像是唱歌的。
Once enjoying